Okay, so I think we figured out our official podcast name, which is going to be the cEDH Sermon. Now, we'll probably change it again because we keep changing it because we keep figuring out that these things are already taken. This one is not. And the plan is we're going to release episodes every Sunday. So this will be the cEDH Sermon. And we promise we won't switch it. We can't promise anything, but we are promising.
We're promising you'll find enlightenment through us in some form.
Not religiously, just in aspects
specifically
of cEDH.
magic related.
Okay, so this is the third episode, and this is going just to bounce off of we're going to do a quick recap. So we built a version of Tymna and Thrasios post-ban. We're right at the end of the year. We built it. It's the 4th of January 2025. So we're just doing a quick recap. We're going to look through the list, make sure there's nothing glaring, and we're going to do kind of a theory crafting, play-by-play analyzing how this deck would play and some of the other common decks in the format on a play-by-play basis. We're going to pretend like they can't see each other's hands, but we can and the audience can. So it'll just be more of a theory crafting type thing and going through, some decision making during games. And maybe Trevor and I will argue with each other. So that'll be fun. We'll probably have some disagreements and we'll have to flip a coin or something. So, okay. So here is the deck. That all looks good. So the main thing we went for was kind of I remember the Reanimator was the kind of like a side plan, but you came up with the idea for all the Devoted Druid lines as our main infinite enabler, which is awesome because you taught me about this card, Rev, and also Hazel, which that's the Hazel's Brewmaster works from the graveyard. Yeah, that is awesome. So maybe we can entomb something, reanimate it. There's going to be some cool lines that hopefully we get to showcase. All of these look good. We chose Phyrexian Metamorph over the other clones specifically because of the One Ring and the prevalence of that. And Mockingbird.
And Mockingbird, but Mockingbird I think is probably the best clone we have right now.
Yes, for creature only, opinion. I think so. For creature only, it's super cheap. You can copy any of the other small utility creatures, only pay 2 mana, which is the same rate for Phantasmal Image for any of the other things like Bowmasters, Kinnan, Dranith.
So I misspoke last episode. I said something like Ursa Saga can fetch this. I was thinking of Ranger Captain of Eos. Ranger Captain of Eos.
Oh, I think you even corrected yourself.
Yeah.
I think you corrected yourself.
I just remembered that fucking Ranger Captain can go fetch you a Mockingbird, which can then be your opponent's Kinnan.
Yeah, or if Thassa's Oracle, go for a win. Yeah. Whatever you want. Yeah, no, it's super versatile. So creatures look good. I forgot. What was the thing with Rev again? Real quick.
Rev?
Yeah.
Turns everyone into Bragavan.
That's right. Okay, got it. So we got that. Very typical. Sorceries. We got the life and death for the potential Razaketh line. Sack all the lands. Tutor a bunch of shit. So we got that.
Up the ass.
Do we have enough? No, we don't need to make any big changes. I was thinking Diabolic Intent is a good tutor, but we had like 15 tutors or something. So
we have a ridiculous amount of tutors.
We do. So we are golden there. All this looks good. We wanted Assassin's Trophy because I think we were kind of low on other like just permanent interaction. We had a lot of counter spells, but not too much of anything else. So we went with Assassin's Trophy. I like that.
That's a good call. I prefer, or not prefer, but I like the versatility of Assassin's Trophy.
Me too.
And we got Deadly Rollick to exile some shit.
Yep, we're not on Adnos, so that opens up things like Deadly Rollick and Force of Vigor. that doesn't hurt us at all. We are happy to run that.
Hell yeah.
So more free interaction. That's all good. Yeah, that's fantastic. We got Eladamri's Call, which is the best, one of my opinion, one of the best creature tutors. It's instant speed, 2 mana, put it right into your hand. Obviously, the Eldritch Evolution Neoform, those are some of the best instant to battlefield ones. It's not instant speed. I mean, like sorcery speed, sack goes to battlefield. But yeah, this looks great.
Yep.
Let's see.
Artifacts.
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah,
Machine God's Effigy. That combos with
Devoted Druid.
Yeah, it does. Okay, sweet. Basalt for Kinnan.
One ring and then a bunch of mana rocks. I like that. I wouldn't change anything. We also have Wishclaw, which I wouldn't change.
No, I like that. That's basically just another demonic tutor. You can bounce back to your hand, maybe get it back. So there's some lines there.
Enchantments.
This is what we kind of were maybe thinking about, taking out Necromancy for Animate Dead. I think you brought that up at one point.
Yeah, I was thinking, because we're not doing any instant speed stuff, and I can't really see a line where reanimating like Hullbreaker Horror or Razaketh on our turn would actually like help us out. Potentially Razaketh, or like at instant speed. I don't see that really being that viable, so we should run Animate Dead instead. And that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. And I don't see us yes, there's a scenario where you could instant speed get someone else's thing and go off, but I think in a general sense, having the cheaper Animate Dead. I mean, if we were going to run another form of reanimation, this would be my next choice. But I'd say move it to the sideboard or the maybe board or whatever, and
what's it called? Or just considering.
Or just
move to considering.
Okay. That's perfect.
Animate Dead. There we go.
Okay.
Lands. I think we kept Gaia's Cradle in here because we originally put it in for Derevi line that we took out. But I think Gaia's Cradle is
discussing
really good on its own, so it should just stay in here.
Yeah, the extra mana that we might need to get up to some big stuff, I think is worth it. Because what do we have? Do we have 15 creatures at least? We're at least going to have like 3
We have 19.
Oh, we have almost 20. So yeah, I'd say the odds that we have, and a lot of those are value pieces that we want to stick out. We have some higher CMC stuff. So yeah, I'd say it's worth it. Yeah.
Besides that,
if we realize it's not...
I don't think there's any notable things in the lands, so I think the deck's
good. Baseju, Otawara,
really
I always include those. So, yeah, I'm happy with that.
All right. So we'll go straight to playtest. How do we figure out who's going first? I guess with roll. Oh, yeah, and we should bring up the fact we've got 4 decks here. We've got Ian's Kinnan list, which will be slot number 1, slot number 2.
We can reorder them for turn order.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So the second deck will be TNT, the one that we just built, and then deck number 3 will be a Rogsai list that is mine. Not really well fleshed out, but it's a Rogsai list.
I'd say it's a fairly standard with maybe some cool unique cards from you. Yeah. So, yeah.
And then we are using Joseph Roman's winning deck from the Big CD. So thank you, Joseph.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
We didn't ask for your permission, but
but we're using you.
Thank you for the deck. We're using
the shit out of you and your genius. for our list. Watch it win. It'll probably win this little outing here. So,
yeah, we picked what we considered the 4 most common decks. I guess the 3 most common decks you would see to go up against our TNT deck.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the 3 best / common in the moment. Like they're always going to be towards the top of the food chain, pun intended. Even though no decks are using food chain today, but
what is it? Player?
It is a good card.
Roll 2 6-sided dice, please. A 1 and a 6.
So 7.
10 for Rogsai. Got a 6 for TNT, and then for Kinnan, we got an 8. So Rogsai's going first.
Yep. And then 8 was next. And then, yeah. Okay. So TNT is going last, which this is an interesting thing because I don't know the exact numbers, but there's a lot of talks about win percentage based on turn order. And at first I used to think that going first was super heavily favored, but it's more so that going last is super heavily non-favored. So this will be interesting to see if we can still make a good impact. And it's a good, just conceptual, potential to see, okay, what kind of different decisions do we make based on our turn order? So, okay, so each of these hands will be the first choice. Should we do them? Let's just do them one at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rogsai going first. Too many lands.
Too many lands.
That's a turn 1 Imperial Seal and then turn 2 Diabolic Intent. I mean, but then you're waiting for turn 3 with... no. I mean, there's just no way to even justify it.
Nope.
So this is second 7.
You.
1 land. I do like Culling the Weak and the Lotus Petal. This is an addressed... So turn 1, Mana Confluence, Rogue Rack, and turn 2, you've got probably enough mana between Culling the Weak, Lotus Petal, Mana Confluence, and if we get 1 more land, I think you can sack Rogue Rack twice to add Nas. No, I don't think so, but... Because you Mana Confluence, you play Rogue Rack, you play the Lotus Petal,
the Diabolic Intent, and then what do you get?
You get Adnaz. That goes right to hand. So next turn, you'd have to cast Rogue Rack again. Oh, but you don't have that. You'd have to draw a land though.
I'm gonna say ship. Because
but all we have to do is draw a land and we're golden. And we have protection.
Yeah, the number of times I've said that, and I'm just...
Well, we could go for Necro. You can go for Necropotence, actually. That's a guaranteed turn 2 Necro.
Oh, that is true. Oh, yeah, actually, Necropotence is a good one. What do you... Okay. I think if you convince me, we can keep this second 7.
All right. Turn 2 Necro. Yeah. So let's see, Kinnan. Ancient Tomb. Yeah. No, you gotta ship it.
Yeah.
I guess there is the Otawara, but there's no reliable now. Okay, you got 2 lands. Thrasios. There's just in the 1 ring, but there's just not enough. There's not even an artifact to. No, we gotta ship that. So this is 6. Got land, 3 lands, actually 4. but 2 ramp and 1 ring. So banking a lot, but you can Urza Saga for a soul ring. It's not great, but
I mean,
so
I would. I'm not a Kinnan player, but I would play this all day. I think I'd ship Seagate.
Yes, 100%. Because then you've got the Misty, and then you've got the Baseju as an interaction or a green land. You get the Tropical Island. You play the bird. So yeah, I'd say let's keep it. There's too much going for it. It's a little slow, but the potential for upside is like if we get something going here, like we're doing pretty damn good. Wait, why is the secret off to the side? I don't think it went.
What? Oh,
it's on the board. It's like off to the side or something.
Oh no, it's not. It's just.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Okay, all good. All right, so we got Misty, Hollow, Opal, Diamond, Ragavan. That might get us another treasure. I mean,
gamble.
You keep this 100%, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Turn one.
Yeah, we have Mox Opal online. We can get Tymna out, I think. Turn 2. We can actually get turn 2.
And then what's Verity Circle do again?
Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't declared attacker, you may draw a card. That's pretty good. Oh, I remember this. This is some old school like cEDH stuff. I haven't seen this card in like a game or anything, but like that's what I've heard.
Interesting. It's more centered around dorks, but I mean, actually, this is a interesting silver bullet to our devoted druid lines.
It is. So,
yeah. I mean,
keep it.
Even though they don't know necessarily but I mean, even if this wasn't in the hand, I'd say let's keep it. This is 100%.
So they wouldn't know about TNT's game plan, but my cat Noah.
They could at least.
She could still be in the recording.
Ship it.
Ship it. No. But
no,
they would
you don't understand.
They would know Kinnan's plan, and this definitely
and potentially there's enough dorks in some of the other lists. So yeah, 100%. Even if Verity Circle wasn't in this hand, I mean, 100% snap keep this.
Yeah. Okay. So first 7 keep. There's probably some blue farm player who's just like, no, you don't keep this fucking hand, you dumbass.
I don't know. I would even argue with them, even though I'm not a blue farm expert. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't.
This is a ship for sure.
Only one land,
Baseju,
and it's Baseju. Yeah, we have to.
And then the only mana dork is Deathrite, so you can't even do anything turn 1.
Yeah. No.
All right.
Second 7.
This is also a 1-land hand.
Fucking Baseju again. Now we gotta ship it.
Going down to 6. Ah. Okay.
Ancient, Hallowed, Misty, Lotus Petal. We've got some interaction, and we've got Machine God's Effigy. Our best bet is trying to get Tymna out sooner than later and start drawing some cards. But we do have some interaction. We can get some extra mana off of Mana Drain and hopefully go into something. And maybe copy something else on the field. Can Machine God's Effigy copy anything?
No.
Or is it...
Let's read it real quick. You may have it enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. Yeah. Except it's an artifact.
And I meant it's creature, but I meant opponent stuff. So, okay. So it can be any creature. Maybe we get someone else's thing if we need to. Okay. And this is 6.
Going to 6? What would you ship?
That's actually
Probably Lotus
difficult. I
Petal.
don't want to get rid of a land, but I don't know what I want to get rid of.
Nala beans. She better be in the credits, by the way.
Because you'd want to keep Misty hollowed. You'd want to keep the Lotus Petal so you can get that turn 2 Tymna potentially. It's going to sound weird, but I almost, maybe the Ancient Tomb, or I don't know, maybe the Dispel.
Sold. No, let's get rid of Ancient Tomb. It's not going to do much good for us, honestly. Like, we can get Machine God's Effigy out, but if we're waiting for the late game, we're going to have plenty of stuff. So,
yeah, we can always, at the very worst, we can get a black and green land off of Misty, so that way we can cast Tymna or Thrasios with Hallowed Fountain and a Bayou, I guess. And then we would have Lotus Petal held up for another blue to potentially steal some mana off Mana Drain. So, yeah, let's get rid of the Ancient Tomb.
yeah.
I know that seems like a weird choice, but honestly, probably the actual choice is to get rid of Machine God's Effigy, but I like the versatility.
Yeah. Probably.
Well, that's gone. That's gone. All right.
All right. Turn 1, Rog side. What was the game plan? All
right, so we'll draw. So we'll draw. Oh, you just click on the card.
Oh,
yeah.
I've done this 1,000 times. I just forget. So Mana Confluence.
I hate Mnemonic Betrayal early game.
Rograk.
Yep. Rograk.
I'll be honest, I know Mnemonic Betrayal is like super fucking good. But like goldfishing, you can never tell what you're getting. And I've put it in some decks and I've never played it. So I don't actually know its value that well. Like I know it's really good. But sometimes I've
seen someone absolutely just go off and like we were all, once they had access to all the counter spells in the gray, it was just like this endless war. And there was also a Smothering Tithe and 3 Ristics on the battlefield. So it was fucking excruciating to play. It was like the longest. Honestly, I think the turn took 30 minutes, but we were all playing because we were all drawing and creating treasures. It's insanely good, but in a opening hand, it's Okay, so Lotus Petal.
And then it was Intent for the Necropotence.
And then no, we have to do the hold on. Because if you do Culling the Weak, you create 4. I'm just thinking. And then oh no, then you can't recast it, and I think we have to wait till turn 2. Or am I an idiot?
So you sack Rograk, right? You create 4. Then you can cast Rograk again, and then you can use the 2 to... That's just wasting I say we just Demonic Intent.
Diabolic Intent now.
Yeah, Diabolic Intent right now. Get Necropotence and then pass.
Okay. Which does suck because we might not be able to cast Rograk again if we don't get a land. But
that was what I
think we already knew that.
Hint at.
Yeah,
whatever.
no, for some reason I was like, no, yeah, we totally fucking got this. Okay, that is my bad, but watch, it'll all work out. It'll all work out.
Okay. And then he passes.
And I don't think do a quick look on each person's thing. Like no one would have countered that. No one had any free counters or anything.
No.
Probably wouldn't waste it on that anyways, but okay. Maybe if I had a Force of Will or something. Okay, so draw. All right. So
Urza Saga?
this is one of those
Or
hard
would you-
situations where it's hard to because you want to get the soul ring sooner than later, but you also want to have the extra mana. It's like casting a dork on turn 2 is infinitely slower. So unfortunately, I'd say let's get play the Misty and get the tropical, and and cast the birds.
One tropical island. Tap that. Play Birds of Paradise.
Yep. And that
you
slows.
should
It's a
return.
little slower with the Urza Saga, but this way we have a turn 2 Kinnan guaranteed, as opposed to before where we didn't. So,
Right.
Okay. Blue farm. It will draw.
Mystic Remora. Very nice.
Okay. So this
Um,
is
So this would be what? Well, we'd play Mox Opal, and then do we get rid of the Hollowed Fountain or the Misty Rainforest for the Mox Diamond?
depends on what land are you planning on getting with the Misty. Definitely
Land
something
would
with
be-
blue. Maybe a volcanic, blue and red. Yeah, that's what that we have in hand right now, and everything else is any color. So yeah, I would do the Misty,
Okay.
play Mox Diamond, get rid of the
Hollowed Fountain, play Misty, crack, sack it.
I would be shocked if there was any blue farm player that's like, technically you wouldn't keep this hand because you don't want a free tutor of Mystic Remora and Ragavan on turn 1. That would be insane.
So then we tap that for Mystic Remora, obviously, and tap that for
Yep.
Ragavan.
Yeah. Or do we dash? Oh, no, we can't dash Ragavan. No, we would. And then you cast the Mystic Remora after. So,
Oh,
what
because
you
you
do.
would just get a fucking treasure.
yeah.
Okay. So we'll dash, swing at
The Rog. Yeah.
the
Rograt
right
player for 2. He hits for 2, actually.
Neato.
Yeah, he's a 2-1. And then we
exile
get
the top
exile the
card.
top card. Oof. Yeah, so we got a Wheel of Fortune.
Is that so? I never play with Ragavan. Can we cast it to the end of this turn or end of turn? You may cast that card. Okay. Cool. And then we'd create a treasure and play Mystic Remora.
Actually, no, we don't even need to because the treasure turns on Mox Opal.
Oh, you're right. Oh.
Tap that, so we still have a treasure. Yeah, this hand is fucking ridiculous. Goddamn fucking blue farm. This is why it's so annoying that it's so good. It's like, okay, yeah, just play all the best fucking cards, and you know what? Might as well fucking gamble too, right? I mean,
we could. No, let's not gamble. Because we have Mox Opal on, we can then cast.
you're right.
Circle.
You're right. We have more stuff to do. Okay.
TNT's turn.
Yeah, TNT. Okay, come on. Playing from behind. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, so I say Misty Rainforest for the Bayou, so that way we can get either turn 2 Thrasios or Tymna, which in this case, since we don't have a ton of mana yet, 100% go for the Tymna.
On the Bayou.
Unless, of course, actually, is it worth... No, I guess we already did it. Would it have been worth putting the Hollowed Fountain up and leaving Lotus Petal and that?
Yes, it would.
All right, shuffle the deck. Oops. So many takes backsies. This is not a tournament legal gameplay right here. But this is good. This is theory crafting. This is what you do. This is a good showcase of You get all these shitty mistakes out now. So then when you're in the tournament, you've thought about this and you think through your play a little bit more. Not like us. All right. So we shocked that in. We have to pay. We can't pay the 4 for Lotus. So Blue Farm would draw a card.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
And then does anyone else have? Didn't someone else have a Mystic Remora?
No.
Okay.
Blue Farm's ready for the grindy game, and everybody else is just like,
we're getting started. I don't even. All they need to draw is like an ad nauseum, and Blue Farms can fucking win.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Rogsi's turn.
Oh, wait, so that's the end of really quick. Go back. Where are we sitting at with TNT?
TNT's sitting pretty.
Okay, we have a potential mana drain. Potential. We can't do Assassin's Trophy. That doesn't matter. Yeah. So
next turn,
thinking about mana drain.
Tymna out
potentially,
and then
unless for some reason we get a big thing off of mana drain that we can filter through Thrasios or something, but probably would still rather do the Tymna. Okay, so sometimes this happens.
Sometimes when you do math wrong, Ian, this happens.
It's not that I didn't do the math. I added it wrong. I just left out shit from the equation because I'm an idiot. So, Rogue Rat. But once we get a land, though, god damn, couldn't that have been a Dark Ritual instead?
I know.
Well, now we for sure have Necropotence ready to go. We at least have some potential interaction. We have a Swan Song and a Chain of Vapor, so I wouldn't be surprised if Rogue Rat is still able to win this somehow. So, okay. Shitty start there, unfortunately.
This is the point in the game when everyone at the table is like, you kept a 1-land hand? And they're like, yes. Yes, I did.
Yes. Well, you better help us stop so-and-so. Probably Blue Farm. This is where everyone's like bitching about Blue Farm right now. Hell, I'm bitching about it. Okay, so I got Kinnan. Okay, now I say, well, here's the other thing. If you play Beseiju, you get 2 mana off of Birds of Paradise, because if you tap the 2 lands for Kinnan, then you get 2 mana off of Birds of Paradise. But now we're delaying the benefit from Urza's Saga longer. It depends on what we... Here's the other thing. Here's my thinking. We don't have much interaction. How many turns we'd have to wait? One is we get it, that we'd have to wait, survive through next turn and get to our 4th turn. And that's when we'd get... And that, I mean, by then we'd have Mana Dorks out, One Ring. I mean, so, or we could go faster. It's actually kind of hard.
Here's the thing. I think getting Kinnan out and then Urza's Saga is a good idea, because I like the idea of keeping Beseiju in hand.
Okay. I hear ya.
But I mean, the other idea is we play Beseiju, we get Kinnan out, we tap the Birds of Paradise, then we could play Simic Signet and pass the turn.
Or you could tap Birds of Paradise for 2 green, play the Findhorn Elves and a Worldly Tutor, and you draw into whatever creature you want, and then you have a shitload of mana next turn. That's enough for a One Ring.
Tutor,
you could get Trophy Mage and try and go for Basalt. You could get something like Manglehorn to slow everyone else down. I mean, there's a lot of options.
I don't know. As the Kinnan player, what would you do?
Honestly, play the Viseiju.
Okay. So Viseiju.
Tap the 2 lands for Kinnan.
Kinnan.
Tap the birds for 2 green. One of it plays
Findhorn,
that.
and the other one plays a Worldly Tutor.
And I just realized Blue Farm from the Worldly Tutor draws again on the Mystic Remora.
I think it's Vampiric.
That's fucking brutal.
That is fucking brutal. And I think everybody is fine with the Worldly Tutor. Unless Rogsai just wants to be a fucking dick. But
yeah. If I'm thinking Rogsai, I'm thinking unless someone's winning, I am holding this up for myself. So yeah. Okay. Like he's not thinking about in Blue Farm, no free interaction. So okay, so let's view all. Here, let me take control here for a minute. I'm thinking.
Go ahead.
So we've got a couple different things we can go for. This is too far out, I think. Now, this is actually an interesting, and you know what? This is something we could realistically cast next turn because we'll have 6 mana without playing even Urza Saga. That'll be 7. We have the One Ring. We have Simic Signet. So we get Seedborn Muse.
Ugh. And, wait, are we able to cast? Because it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This gives us 3, right?
Yeah.
It's 3.
Plus Urza's.
6. Plus Urza's. No, we wouldn't be able to get both out. Oh, well. But yeah, Seaborn Muse. I like it.
All right.
Wait, did we shuffle? Yeah, we shuffled. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So that goes there. Yeah.
Onto the Blue Farm player. Who could crack their Vampiric Tutor. If they wanted to.
Then we do lose. So here's the thing. Are there any decks that are open to be hit with Ragavan? Oh, no, we dashed it. So actually it has to go back to hand. We forgot to do that, by the way.
Okay.
And then are there any... Is anyone open? Yeah, TNT is
open, and
actually they're
Rogsai is open.
Rograi. Yeah, I'd say we risk cracking the treasure for the Vampiric Tutor right now.
Okay.
And it's not even a risk. It's just a fucking guarantee at this point.
Vampiric Tutor.
Now, if you're anyone else, do you counter this?
Oh. If I was TNT, because I'm in next turn order, I would dispel this. I think, because he's in the lead.
Yeah, I'm not worried about protecting myself. If I'm... Yeah, I'd be afraid of... I'd be like, we need to slow down Blue Farm. Yeah, if I'm TNT... Yeah, I'm doing it.
Dispel. Blue Farm has no response to that. And everybody else is totally fine with that.
All right, so we can put the 2 life back.
Oh, wait, but you draw.
Oh, you do? Okay. And then you can put the 2 life back. Yeah, from Vampiric. Now, the question is, before we ship the turn, are we planning on paying for Remora?
Don't think so.
We already got so much off of it.
Or we do and we just sit for a turn. Just like actually play a Ragavan and then pass. Or dash in Ragavan again. No, we can't dash it in and do that at the same time. So yeah, I'd say pay for Mystic, play Ragavan, pass.
Okay.
So
All right.
pay for Ragavan. Play, or we could dash it in because we just got an Arid Mesa.
Yeah, why not? It's not like we have a. Yeah.
What would we get with this one?
I'd say white and blue. Tundra.
White and blue. Okay. All right. So we dashed that in, got the Tundra. We're swinging this at.
Oh yeah, and tap one more for the actually paying for the Mystic too. Yeah, that'll be part of the dash. The other one's for that. And I would hit Rograk again.
Yeah. A gamble. Oof.
And that we can actually cast. It is really funny that we have 2 gambles now. At this point, I would probably gamble. So we get a treasure.
Tap Mox Opal, gamble. Gamble
from
for,
theirs.
which would put that back in the graveyard, right?
Yeah. So, okay, we cast it. No one else is going to do anything. I wouldn't be... At this point, do they go for an Adnaz?
I think so. We have the mana for it. And the health for it. Goes in shuffle. 5 sided die, so... Or 6 sided die. We rolled a 4.
So we lose silence.
Our silence.
Oh, well.
Yeah, well.
All right, so Ragavan will go... And we have that,
and
too,
they have a final
which is even
function,
better.
which is fucking ridiculous. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Curse you, Joseph!
Fuck you, Joseph. Being so smart. All right. Oh, yeah, Ragavan goes to hand and end of turn. We've got that treasure just in case that we can't use anyways. Dispel. Okay.
Ooh, Ristic.
We are hurting here, but let's get the Misty out. And this is when we get
the Bayou. Okay, and then we play Ristic, but they don't have a response. Kinnan doesn't have a response. You have a Swan Song, but I doubt you'd want to do that on a fucking Ristic.
Rograk might. Honestly, I was even thinking, like, you get the... I don't know. Yeah, you get the Ristic. I think you have to, because the Tymna is a slower, engine that's not going to pay off right away. The Ristic is going to start taxing everyone. Yeah, you kind of have to. And then next turn, maybe we get some mana. We get Thrasios out. All right, and we can't pay the 1, so Blue Farm will draw again.
Ooh, that's scary. That is very scary.
But we wouldn't know that, so we wouldn't be scared. I would be scared of Blue Farm regardless at this point.
Look at that grip. I mean, imagine the backside of that grip and just seeing that across the table. While everyone else has... I mean, besides
Rograk is... Because Rograk had a dumb pilot. I'm sorry.
It's okay. These things happen.
Honestly, though, I could have seen us going down to like 4 or 5 and them being just as out of the game. At least this way, all they have to do is get a land or like a Dark Ritual or something. Come on.
Or a Rain of Filth.
That we don't have another land to... God, God damn it.
And then
Well,
we pass.
we pitched the demonic, right? No, we have
Oh,
to
yeah.
go to end step.
The mnemonic? Yeah. That fuck mnemonic at this point. Actually, why are we saying fuck mnemonic? I'd get rid of the Reign of Filth.
Yeah, you're right. That's at least mnemonic. You're right. Could save us our ass later if we end up doing better. Okay. Yep. See, I'm a bad Rogsai player. I built a Rogsai deck and played like between 5 and 10 games with it. That was decent, but I'm like, I made a lot of dumb decisions. I was like, I win turn 2 or I am fucking stupid and I do nothing. Okay.
I mean, that's how I pilot it.
Yeah, but people make better decisions than I do. All right, so now we play the Urza Saga.
Now we play Urzas.
So now we've got 1, 2,
Give it a
3,
counter.
4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 fucking mana. Tap the Finhorn Elves for 2 green. And play the Simic Signet.
Okay.
So now if we tap Urza Saga into that, that generates 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana still. So I would say One Ring 100% before Seedborn. Let's get the One Ring going now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
One
Wait,
ring.
do we need to tap that too? Because Simic Signet would be 3. I don't think we need to do the Tropical.
Did we not? Wait.
Because, yeah, that goes into Simic,
3.
which is 1, which would create
you're right.
3. Yeah.
We'll just tap that right away. Draw a card.
Okay, and we still have 3 more mana, which, we do have to pay for... We do have to think about fucking Blue Farm. Everyone's probably hating the Kinnan player. I think they would draw, what, 2 cards?
Yeah, they just drew 2 cards. Swords and Angel's Grace.
Okay, so go back to Kinnan, because we casted Simic Signet and One Ring. And yeah, we're not paying for any of that. Fuck that shit. Okay.
So probably not the Talisman. Just because we don't want to feed into the fish again. He's got a
I don't
fat
know. I'd
fish.
feel like at this point I'm like thinking, ooh, or maybe we should. Well, it's too late now because we already drew and shit. Maybe we should have done the Seedborn now, so now we can activate Kinnan on everyone's end steps or on their turns. Ugh,
Well,
I'm rusty.
Damn. I mean, we could just do that. It's our podcast. Who's going to stop us?
You're right. Who's gonna fucking stop us? All right, so all right, put the One Ring back, put the Talisman back, and shuffle. Yeah, you know what? This is good because we're theory crafting. We're trying to play the best thing possible. So yeah, that's 1 extra mana for the Seedborn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we pass and untap everything.
Yeah, oh my god, that's so much better. And actually, Blue Farm wouldn't have drawn that
Angel's Grace?
Angel's Grace. Yeah, shuffle too. Right? Just so it's not... it doesn't matter. All right.
At this point, I think Blue Farm would let Mystic Remora die.
Yeah, I don't want to pay a bunch. God, we have other things we want to do. We could just straight up cast Ad Nauseam. And we have... but it is forced negation on our turn. Do they... I probably wouldn't want to risk...
I We could.
Here's another thing. Do you gamble for
get Tymna
Thrasios Oracle?
I was actually considering that.
And then if it doesn't work, fucking who cares? Okay, so before anything happens on the stack, TNT.
TNT.
Oh, they should have drawn shit. And Kinnan didn't pay for any of that. Kinnan only had a Birds of Paradise untapped. So it could have paid for both of those. But
might as well just let it pay.
Yeah. Okay. So is Blue Farm at this point? What's the cards in TNT's hand? Only 3, and they're tapped out. And then how much mana would we need to win? I'd probably say whatever. I don't want to pay for it.
We would need 3 mana, right? To win? If you were trying to play Thoracle right away.
But they're going to draw more cards anyways, and I'd rather have extra mana just in case. Plus, I'm not that afraid of TNT right now since they're so far behind. Obviously, we don't want them stomping us, but I'd probably let them draw a card in this circumstance.
Yeah, probably. I
mean, because we're just going to have the next thing we would have to put. What about when we cast Thassa's Oracle? They're going to draw, and when we cast Demonic Constant. So I would just let them draw at this point, and I'd rather keep my extra mana.
Okay.
Then Rograk has options if they want.
They could Swan Song. But I think at this point they're just sitting there like, I'm not involved in this game.
I'm going to save everything. They obviously don't want to lose. Here, go to Blue Farm again. So here's what we could also do. Because if I was Rograk, I would ask Kinnan, are you going to activate Kinnan? Do you have a response? Can I have something I can do, but I can hold it up instead. Kinnan, having one land might say, okay, that's fine. So let's activate Kinnan in response. So we'll go 1-2 from birds.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? No, we have 9.
No, you just need 7.
So what, just birds in this?
So this is 1-2 from birds. You use 1 to create 3, so you have 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, but I'd say untap, and do that for 2 more, just in case. So then, okay. And we've got reveal top 5. I'm just going to move that out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is really awesome. We have got fucking options here. Polywog to potentially draw more cards if they cast any free stuff right now. Can we steal anything or copy anything on the battlefield? We could copy a Ristic. I mean, we could copy nothing huge over here. Could copy the Ristic Study.
I like the idea of copying a Ristic Study.
Okay. So we'd have, unless there's nothing worth stealing. Clever Impersonator comes in. That's a Ristic Study. The rest of these go to the bottom. Okay, so now we got a Ristic Study here. 2 open mana. And in response to that, technically, Rograk can still interact as like since the priority is shifted, right? Since
so the priority shifts to the turn player, right? So it would be Blue Farm's turn with priority.
And they can't really interact with
Kinnan.
And neither can TNT. And Signet. So they could still counter the gamble at this point. I'd be pretty afraid. I'd be like, we gotta try, right?
Yeah. Fuck it. Counter use a swan song. And these two fuckers get to draw.
Yeah. And do they have anything in response?
Force of negation.
They could hard cast it.
They could,
it is their turn though, so they can't.
Oh, it has to be on. Oh, gotcha.
I don't know why you'd hard cast it.
No, you just let gamble fizzle, I think, because you have ad nauseum in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, you just let it fizzle.
Okay.
Or not fizzle, get countered. And then we get a bird. And actually we lose a life from Rograk for tapping Confluence.
Bird token. And then we could play this.
Oh, yeah. Because of all the dorks and shit.
Let's play that. Call it.
And yeah, we're still sitting on interaction. Yeah.
Okay, so pass. Oh. You would Kinema draw. A mana vault?
Wait, why would we draw?
Nice. Ristic Study. Because you played an enchantment.
Off of the Verity. Oh, okay, and so would they.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Forgot about the Verity Circle. Okay, gotcha. Wow, they both drew Muddle of the Mixtures that turn. You can tell I had my hand in both these decks because I fucking love that card.
Oh, I love Muddle of Mixture too. It's in Kinnan. Or not Kinnan. Tivit.
But I mean, it should be in...
It's got a cute little
many things.
Interaction in Tivit. Let's see. So then TNT's turn. Okay.
I can't believe we haven't got another land, but...
Can't do Assassin's Trophy. Can't do Mana Drain. But we do have Force of Negation.
Yeah, we do. I'd say get Thrasios out.
You can't. Oh yeah, we can't get Thrasios out. Might as well get Thrasios out.
Yeah.
Cats are going crazy.
And we can't pay for the one, so someone draws fucking Kinnan. Yeah, Kinnan draws because clever impersonator, and he might as well fucking on the end step because that's all that TNT's gonna do.
Wait.
Yeah.
It was just this?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Okay. And then I always...
Here. I don't know how you always do it. Otawara, Walking Ballista, Chain of Vapor, Hullbreaker Horror.
100% Hullbreaker. Oh my god, 100% Hullbreaker.
Okay. Well, that was easy. Just put Hullbreaker right next to Seaborn Muse. What's up? So wait. That means it's whenever you cast any spell, right? You get to bounce something?
Yep.
Okay. Damn.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
And
now it's Rograk's
that means we will fucking win if no one... We will win on our turn.
Why?
Because Mana Vault and the Simic Signet.
Oh my god. Okay.
but no one knows that.
No one knows that.
Okay, unless Rograk, come on, land, come on,
Come on,
motherfucker.
right. Actually, that works.
No, we do need that.
Okay, so exile Simian Spirit
Wait, so
Guide.
1, 2,
2. Play Cabal Ritual. Necropotence.
Oh, so I was even gonna say, we do really quick 1, 2. This would add 3. You use 2 of it to recast Rograk, and then you use the 1 black to sacrifice it and add 4 black mana, using that to this. So this way we have 1 black floating still. So we can just fucking go off from here. Because we need to fucking go off, right? Like, are you thinking what I'm thinking and just cast everything?
The black won't stay. It will fizzle when we pass phases. And the cards won't go in our hand until the end of the end step.
All right. See,
I like where your head's at.
Okay. All right, so we got this.
And then this is where I'd pay 15 life and just see what happens.
Oh, I would pay like fucking 20 life.
I wouldn't pay 20 because you don't want to be like, hey, yeah, fuck it, 20. We'll go down to 13.
Because we're like, yeah, we need to do whatever we can.
Speaking of which, does anyone have interaction? I don't think anyone really is afraid, except there is a force of negation. No, they can't cast that.
Oh, wait, so what would they respond to?
Oh, hold up.
Kinnan untaps everything.
Kinnan's, these 2 creatures would trigger the circle.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, that's right. Jesus Christ. This is hard to keep track of all this when we can't.
Oh, let me tell you. Necropotence would... No, Cabal Ritual and Necropotence would trigger.
And they can't pay for it, so Kinnan also draws off of Ristic. And
twice,
so
and
does...
TNT.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mox Diamond. That we can't really use. Yeah, this is really hard to keep track of.
So sorry in advance to everyone if this is just all over the place. I can
also sorry in advance. My cats are fighting in the background.
Oh, I can't hear it. Oh, maybe the microphone can though. That would be really fucking funny.
Well, you could definitely
hear cats
Nala just going
in
the background, but like now Faye's on the table just going.
It'll be perfect.
Okay. So we'll move to end step.
So does anyone does anyone because at this point I might consider it. I'm fucking loaded with cards. So let's go to Kinnan. So if I'm Kinnan, I'm almost thinking
these would be untapped.
Yeah, all that would be untapped. I'm almost thinking muddle the mixture and counter it. And that way we bounce. Yeah. What are they going to do? Hell yeah. Or no, that's an instant or sorcerer. So no, that doesn't work.
I mean, TNT
couldn't
use Force of Negation.
Does Blue Farm have anything?
Blue Farm also has a Force of Negation and a Pact of Negation that they just drew into.
Yeah, probably.
I think Blue Farm would want to Force of Negation.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Getting rid of a Intuition or Pact. What? Hold on. Why is Intuition in here?
There's probably Intuition line. Oh, probably like Underworld Breach and Savine's Reclamation and LED stuff.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Oh, yeah, that is an Intuition
Then
line.
Maybe get rid of the Pact? Well, but then that's our protection if we go off on our turn.
Here's what I'm thinking, because Rogsai can't do anything. they have one land. They can get a bunch of stuff, but it's their end step, and they have to pass the turn.
True. Okay, you're right.
Get a bunch of cards and then discard their hand.
Yeah,
I don't think as a blue farm player, I'm not worried about them. I would just let them draw their fucking cards.
Okay. That may be
Unless
right.
I'm an idiot, and then because you are giving them interaction, but like everyone's drawing a bunch of interaction. Like now we're in. I want to say mid game, but we're on turn 3.
We're basically there. At beginning of turn 4. Yeah, maybe just let them do it.
They've had a rough go. I mean, do you really want to be the asshole at the table?
Yeah, let them draw the
Probably.
20. All right, so we'll draw until we have 24 in hand. And then this will be a fucking pain in the ass to sort through.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
So obviously we're going to be keeping Dispel, Mystic, a land, Mox Amber, Thassa's Oracle. Is there Vampiric Tutor?
We have Thassa's Oracle. Ooh, no. Even better. We have Praetor's Grasp. Which we can use because we have a Dark Ritual.
Grab a land.
And Flooded Strand, so that's 4.
Mox Amber, if we're gonna I don't know if we're gonna recast.
This is always my issue with this deck. It's always trying to find the 2 blue to cast Thassa's Oracle. Oh, you know what we can do instead? We have Brain Freeze. We could try and steal someone's Underworld Breach and then Brain Freeze ourselves.
Okay. Honestly, at this point, I would even consider grabbing a Mox Diamond and another land, just so we can have enough mana to go off. Even make it a Phyrexian tower too, just in case we end up wanting to like tap for more mana, or I don't know. Not that we'd really have a creature out, but
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7, but we have no protection. But that's also fine because we didn't draw any protection.
Yeah, we have the Dispel. I mean,
and we can't even cast that. Oh, we do have a Vampiric Tutor. Let's just take the Vampiric instead of Praetor's Grasp.
Praetors. Yeah, 100%. Good call. Good catch there. I almost forgot about that. Okay. Ship the rest of that to the bottom. And
no, it goes to... Where does it go? I think it gets exiled, right?
Oh, it does. Because if anything would get
discard
discarded.
A card from your hand, remove the card from the game instead.
You're right.
Yeah.
Why would I... Oh my god. Dude, I'm like fucking up all the rules today. Yeah, all to exile.
So with the Vampiric Tutor, we can get Valley Floodcaller out, and then we can just do all this stuff on an instant speed at the end of our next turn.
Oh yeah, and we can use Necro. So put Necro on top of the library so we don't accidentally draw. Okay, and then before they pass, Kinnan would obviously... I probably would have even maybe before then.
2, 3...
4, 5,
2, 4, 5,
and then 6, 7 from Findhorn.
Yeah, and then they get to draw
from Verity Circle. Yeah, okay.
That is a good fucking card. He's drawn so many.
Maybe
cards
not in
that.
Every scenario, but like, so this is why I like doing it this way better. I know you like individually brought them out, but I think it's so much easier to like just move these out of the way and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, we just get a Elvish Mystic, but I won't complain.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's more mana. Move all to bottom of library. Boom. Okay. So this is a Ristic. Nothing else was cast yet. So now it's Kinnan's turn.
Now it's Kinnan's turn.
Okay. So and we do have to keep in mind there's a Ristic study out, a Verity Circle, so we don't want to tap too many things and not worried about them. But this is what we do. We cast the Mana Vault. We tap the... Oh, yeah, this would get 2. So we tap that for Mana Vault. And we can even pay for the first Ristic. Let's just tap one of these mana. Well...
No, tap an island.
Actually, so before we do that, this is what we do. Because this is going to get bounced anyways. So we're going to tap this to tap this.
Oh, yeah, do that.
So 1, 2, 3. So we'll have 2 blue and 1 green floating. We cast this. This gets bounced to hand.
Okay.
So now we have 1 green and 1 blue floating. And we use the green to pay for the Ristic here.
Gotcha. Now it would move to Blue Farm's turn. And so Blue Farm and TNT have
or priority
interaction. Well, it would, priority. That's what I meant, not turn. But those two would also have interaction. So it's really who wants to
So
counter
it goes to Blue Farm. Do they want to counter or would they try and Swords to Plowshares the Hullbreaker Horror?
Oh. Actually, that's a good one.
Now, regardless, this would still go to hand because this ability would go on the stack. So this is...
Yeah.
But in response to them casting the Mana Vault, he can still say, I'm going to Swords to Plowshares.
Do they want to do that? Because then they can't cast Ad Nauseam next turn.
I mean, but if they don't, Kinnan gets unlimited mana and is going to win.
Yeah, but maybe a simple counterspell can just stop it, and they still have the treasure to go off with a Ad Nauseam.
Okay, so you're saying they would use Force of Negation?
Force of Negation, pitching Cyclonic Rift.
Okay. So they do that.
Exile.
You're right. And do they pay a life? I forgot. Nope.
No.
You don't. Okay. And then they're not going to pay the extra. So TNT would draw from Ristic. Nothing happens here. We would also draw from Ristic. So this is on the stack. Obviously, no one else is going to do anything. And we're going to, dispel it.
Yeah.
Tap this. We'll dispel that. Oops, not that. We will dispel, which will also trigger Hullbreaker. I don't think there's anything we'd want to bounce on our side.
You can bounce TNT's Ristic.
Yeah, 100%.
Actually, no, bounce the circle. Because then we can just tap my shit without having to worry about it.
Let's bounce the Ristic first.
Okay.
Because then other people can potentially draw off it. So yeah, we bounce the Ristic.
The Ristic,
to hand.
There's still a Ristic
trigger. Oh, okay.
This is getting really fucking confusing.
Okay, no, I got
Dispel. Ristic triggers, so does Hullbreaker Horror.
Yep, so we'll tap this to pay for the Ristic. Dispel, and actually we do. I didn't even have to tap this because we still had a blue floating. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes.
From so let's untap that. Okay, so that's good. Now, are they going to try and Pact of Negation at this point? I mean, they pretty much have to. No one else can do anything. Well, I guess
Pact or Swords. Do they want to Pact? I think I would rather Swords to Plowshare than Pact at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, crack the token. Swords to Plowshare on the stack. Wrist stick triggers.
And then this is where we can bounce the Verity. Yeah, I think there's no way because, then they tap this, pay for the offer. There's no more Ristic Study. And they can bounce the Verity Circle.
Yeah, and then Pact of Negation.
Then they Pact, and then we also draw off of Ristic from that.
And we would muddle the mixture, tapping Birds of Paradise.
Yeah.
And that's good.
So
and then bounce their bird.
Yeah. So there's nothing that anyone can do. I mean, I guess, well, there's still a Force of Negation that can be casted here. But, I mean, so even in the response to the last Muddle the Mixture, Tymna Thrasios could say, okay, I guess they do their Muddle. But even so, Kinnan could just say...
And that would probably just be like...
instead of doing... Yeah. I mean, they could do that. For this, since we wanted to tap just so we have extra blue just in case, we could have tapped this and this. And... Oh, no, because we needed 2 blue for that. Is there anything we can cast at instant speed? I mean, even so, it doesn't matter now. We have so much shit. So even if they force a negation, the Mana Vault. So all of this resolves.
One last draw from the Force of Negation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my God. All right. We don't even have to think about it. All right. Everyone is super annoyed at fucking Kinnan right now. And they're like, fuck you. All our shit got bounced. And that goes there. Finally, that resolves. Bounces the Simic Signet. And now there's no interaction. There's nothing on the field that we have to draw. And now we can infinitely bounce Mana Vault and Simic Signet, creating infinite colorless and colored. We activate Kinnan. We get all the creatures on the battlefield. I mean, once we get Thrasios out, then we can just draw our deck and we can Finale of Devastation or Walking Ballista or whatever we want. We can repeatedly recur, Drown in Dreams, and instantly deck everyone. Shit, that was actually a really good fucking game. And I think that if the turn order was different, Kinnan having Blue Farm right after it, twisted Blue Farm's arm into casting all of the interaction. Rogsai got kind of fucked, but was about to finally be in the game.
Rogsai is sitting with 1 land the entire game.
He got fucked. And then we got Tymna
I guess he had this on the
Thrasios,
which was doing all right. It just didn't have enough mana to actually be in the game.
Yeah, that unfortunately that ended up being Kinnan versus Blue Farm. I mean, it's not like the other decks didn't interact, but those were the two. A lot of times that's what's going to happen in tournaments and in matches. One or two decks are going to be ahead. Sometimes it's 3 decks. Sometimes everyone goes off, but a lot of times half the players are going to be ahead. Half the players are going to be a little bit behind, or mana screwed or flooded, or something's going to happen. And they had to mulligan down really far. But that could have gone. It felt like every deck did have a chance, especially if it went on longer. I think Kinnan just got. Here's the other thing that we didn't really have to like go back and forth with other decks and like re-choose decisions. Kinnan just had the most options, and when we thought about them, we kind of did some takes backsies and thought about the optimal plays. And yeah, I'm not surprised Kinnan won, but honestly, it's funny, until turn 3 when we didn't draw that many of the crazy stuff, because at first it was just Dorks, Urza Saga, and these lands. And we're like...
Which is still pretty crazy. We were able to just have enough mana to activate Kinnan. And that Worldly Tutor to get Seedborn Muse out.
Yep, and then we played that, and then that's when everything went... We didn't even have to cast the One Ring.
That's how crazy
that was actually the sub-optimal play, because that's what we did at first. We were like, let's cast the One Ring. And then we both realized, fuck that. We only draw 1 card off of it, or we play Seedborn Muse and activate Kinnan every fucking turn. And soon as we got this to copy the Rhystic Study, so we had interaction. We got the Hullbreaker Horror, and that was fucking game. So just goes to show the power of having all that mana and an outlet to filter through. I know Roxai got kind of fucked.
I want to do real quick. No, restart this. Let's give Roxai an actual turn 1 win.
Turn 1 win.
Not possible.
Turn 1. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, maybe it's possible.
Let's just hand pick up. What are the different turn 1 wins?
Like this one right here.
Yeah, that's close.
That's not turn 1 win, but like that is.
You replace Mnemonic Betrayal with Ad Nauseam, and that's fucking close. Do that. Actually, literally, just do that. Replace Mnemonic Betrayal with Ad Nauseam. Hypothetically.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. We're just saying hypothetically. So you play Roguerack, you play Mox Amber.
You play Mox Amber. You then tap Mox Amber.
Tap that for a red.
A Flame. You play Soul Ring. That's your 3 mana right there. You sack Roguerack, and you can Ad Nauseam.
Yep.
So that's what Roguerack is supposed to do.
Yeah, because that's free. That's 1, 2. Using 1 of that, so you still have 1, 2, 3. You have 1 red floating. Yeah, 4, 5. Okay, so that's exactly 5, and you didn't have to. That would go. Actually, a lot of times if I'm doing this, sometimes I'll leave Roguerack in the graveyard because the odds of me getting an Underworld Breach potentially, you know what I mean? Like there's always chance, especially if you're just going to go nuts. So let's just see what would happen. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. What's the biggest mana spell you have in this? 31.
I
32,
think
33. Do you have a
I have a Force of Will.
Peer into the Abyss?
No, I don't run Peer into this.
Okay, so maybe I do one more. So because we're at 33 now. Yeah, 31, 32, 33. 34, 35, 36, 37. Okay, so we have 3 life left. Probably a quicker way, but I can click the mouse fast. Oops. Okay, so we go, and we also got a and
then you Dark Ritual. Recast your Rograk. I know you just threw it in the graveyard, but this is why you keep it in the command zone.
Okay. Yeah. You're right.
Recast your Rograk for using 2 of that, and then the other 1 you use your Culling Ritual.
Culling the Weak.
4.
Oh my God.
So you have 4.
And now he goes to the graveyard, unless we want to put him in.
I'm going to put him in exile just to spite you.
Okay, you can't actually put him in exile, but fuck you. Okay, so now we have 4 black floating. Oh, dude, do you do Beseech, Sag, and get Underworld Breach, and now you have Lion's Eye down? Yeah. Boom.
Oh my
That's turn
God.
1. That's a turn 1 win.
Get rid of Mox Opal, because then you can cast that one again. Fucking Underworld Breach.
Or do you get rid of Opal or Amber? Does it matter? Because you can't use Amber anymore.
Opal's not even on the... Oh, wait. Opal's right here. I would get rid of Amber because we can't tap it anyways. And then... Do we have anything...
Oh, but we could loop Mox Opal from the graveyard, though. So I think you actually want to do that. Because then we could recast it with Breach if we need to. Probably don't need to, but... And then these are in the graveyard.
Yes.
Same with Besiege.
And then we...
Crack Lion's Eye Diamond.
We can do whatever. Oh, there's a Vampire tutor.
For 3 blue, play Born Upon the Wind, and then we can do it at instant speed and we're unstoppable.
We don't even need Born Upon the Wind, honestly.
I would to do instant speed just in case. Yeah, this is just an instant win.
Well, there's no reason to cast Born Upon the Wind. You're just wasting resources because we can just cast Swan Song. We've got Mindbreak Trap. We can.
Yeah, I guess at this point, if anyone has like even tried to fucking stop us, yeah, I guess you're right.
Actually, honestly, we have Windfall, so we can just wheel people to death. We don't even need a Vampiric Tutor or anything.
All right.
That's a turn 1 win with Rogsai after its dismal fucking play.
Now, to be fair, we did swap out. I was going to say let's just craft a perfect hand, but then on your second 7, if we would have just swapped out the Mnemonic Betrayal for an Ad Nauseam, that's basically it. So, yeah. Look how easy it is.
Yep, that's a Rogsai player's wet dream right there. Anyways.
All right.
TNT. Everybody.
That was fun.
That was fun.
And that was an hour and a half. So that's about
perfect.
What we're hoping for.
It's
about what we're hoping for the Sunday sermon.
Thank you for the Sunday sermon. To the Sunday sermon.
cEDH. The cEDH Sunday sermon. Well, we're just calling
cEDH
it the cEDH
SS,
sermon, but we're going to
call it this the SS.
That sounds like a Soviet Russia kind of.
That's a Nazi Germany sort of thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, hell no. Yeah. We'll cut this up.
Yeah.
We go from sermons to Nazis. Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
We really flipped. Where did we go wrong? Oh man, that was perfect. All right, then let's call it there.
Yeah.